what's going on with it.
Never seen any light in there.
The pilot light?
Yeah. I heard it went on. I mean, I heard it
Yeah.
last time I did it, last week,
Mm-hmm.
but I never, in the igniter thing, I never saw that go on.
Okay, it's on.
Did it really?
Yeah, fired,
Hell.
fired right up. You see it in there? It's kind of up a little bit.
Yeah.
You got some.
Why would it go off?
You got some water in here.
Yeah, it's probably because it's outside.
Yeah. Sometimes these drain valves leak. Okay, so let me go ahead and look inside there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard the valve click over,
Yeah.
but I don't see any status light. But
Yeah, I never did see that go on.
That's not a deal breaker because those LEDs go out.
Yeah. Hearing it. Why would it go out? Like just dead cold.
Well, the LEDs just sometimes the LEDs break. I can put a new cover on there that'll give you a
I
flashing
mean,
one.
why would it started up like that? Maybe I just didn't see the light, but it started up like that a couple weeks ago, and then now it just went totally cold.
Yeah.
Why would it do that?
Well, if you get water down in the combustion
That's
chamber, it soaks into the insulation, and it can choke it out.
I gotta cover that better, huh?
So it can choke it out. So I can take a drill and drill a couple holes right down in here and drain a lot of that water out of there. That way, if the water ever gets in there, they give you a 6-year warranty.
Yeah.
So
Where
yeah,
do they usually last?
you might get a couple years beyond your 6 years if you do nothing to it. You don't flush it. You don't change the anode rod. You don't do a single thing to it. You might get a couple years, but usually the valves and stuff start breaking before then. So that might be what's going on, but you got plenty of gas going to it. I love the size of the gas line going to it. That thing's beefy. Usually I see the dryer sized ones, the little tiny skinny.
I mean, I work in construction for.
Yeah, if you get water down inside, it'll it can do things like cause it to stop operating, which might be what's going on with it. Just because you
rain, huh?
Yeah, you got like, maybe an inch of water down in there. So I can drill some holes and get that drained out. That way if it rains again, it'll always drain.
Yeah.
They really should put a cap or a plug or something down there. But yeah, the wind blows and the water gets inside these vents and it soaks into this insulation right here. And that's where it gets its air. So the air, it's breathing, it's pulling in oxygen through the sides and all that insulation's clogged up. It kind of chokes. I get a lot of calls after the rain. After it rains, people call me, and they think it's leaking because it's full of water.
Just like I could close. They didn't really backing them up. And then the roof was kind of about the only thing we didn't do over.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't new either. So when people see a house flip, they expect like everything new.
Yeah.
I said the house is 1965. It's not a new house. Just upgraded. New kitchen, new bath, new flooring,
Right.
paint, drywall, all that. So they're like, well, we want a discount. I said, fine, we'll give you credit for the roof. No, we want you to fix it and we want the credit. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well, we want everything.
You started taking other offers, huh?
Yeah, there's a bunch. People are still coming around. They're just not as many as they was a year ago.
Yeah.
Which, hell, the interest rates are up so high that I don't blame them. So we're in the buyer's market now.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're not gonna always get it going your way.
Okay, so the LED was out, so we changed the cover. Put a different cover on there, was able to get it started. The owner was saying that it was intermittently shutting off. So we're getting the water drained out of it, probably rainwater. So the water will soak into the insulation. It'll get inside the insulation and clog it up and make it difficult for it to pull the air through the sides, through these holes here on the side, and can choke it out. So, got no error codes at all. Just a bunch of water in there. So the water heater is not, it's a little bit crooked. So a lot of the water is over here on the right side. I'm just trying to get a few good holes down in there so we can get all that water out. So a bunch of water came pouring out of there.
Did it?
Yeah. So it's not sitting perfectly flat, so
Yeah.
it's kind of, it's probably down in this corner down in here, but I can only kind of get so far in there. If I would, I'd probably drill a couple in the back behind it.
Does that hurt anything for it not to be completely level?
Yeah.
A little bit off.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter. It only matters if you get water in the combustion chamber, you know, that's the only time it matters.
Let me ask you a question about.
It's probably part of it.
So that's going to do that?
So that's going to blink every 3 seconds. That's going to blink. I got it set on B.
Yeah.
If you get any kind of error, it'll blink faster, like quicker, and you just count them. You know, you shouldn't, but you just count them, and then like if it flashes 5 times or 7 times or 10 times, however many times, and there'll be a pause in between, like this pause, like that big pregnant pause, and then it'll repeat, but it'll flash faster, and then you cross-check it against this, and then it'll tell you what's wrong. Usually, sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not accurate.
How often will you drain that thing?
I always tell people if you buy a new one, you should drain it once a year. If you don't drain it for 5 or 6 years or 7, 10 years, don't even bother. Because it's too late. So you want to get the good maintenance practices with
every year
with a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an anode rod that goes inside that really saves the tank. You should check those every 3 to 5 years. Yours is probably
right there, huh?
Right on the edge of failure. It's a sacrificial like aluminum magnesium rod, and the minerals that kind of get released when the water gets hot, they want to attach to something, and they kind of chew away like a barnacle almost, and they go after this soft aluminum rod.
Clean that?
What's that?
Yeah, I actually have to take it out and clean it.
Oh, you got to replace it.
Just replace it.
You they're like $30 at Home Depot. So you pull it out of the top.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, and you put the new ones in, and if you can flush your water heater at that point, great. It's good to have a nice full port open valve. It's real hard to get anything through these, because there's like layers of things that separate that let the water out, but they don't let particles out, right?
Yeah, the water came out pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Well,
You guys, you sell heaters too?
I sell used heaters. Yeah, so I get ones like this that people maybe have a problem with the valve and they chuck it.
Yeah, you can just fix it.
And I just fix it and flush it and sell it for $100 or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when their water heater just went, they'll come and buy one from me.
That's what I do.
A lot of landlords will buy them because they don't want to put new water heaters in. So I do a lot of service calls. I sell and install used water heaters. I sell parts. So if you need a part.
You get all this stuff on Craigslist, or you advertise at other places?
A few other places. Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp I advertise. So I have